The initial sort of spark was that Ryan took a trip to Banff for the Film and Television Festival out there and met someone from Parks Canada who expressed some interest in creating something through the parks that would appeal to a younger audience, a kind of urban audience. And so Ryan came back and the three of us sat down and sort of said, what can we do that would fulfill this need? And it was a day on Toronto Island where the idea sort of came out, well, we like films, we like parks, and we like music. Surely there's a way we can combine those. And so this idea developed to basically take a camping trip with our favorite musicians and filmmakers and see what we can get them to make on these trips. Parks Canada were the first people to say, yeah, I think we can really see something amazing happening here, and it'll be a perfect fit for our centennial celebrations.
We'd actually spoken to a number of our favorite artists sort of in the ramp up and trying to get the project off the ground. And so we thought it would be really helpful to get some of the artists that we were really keen to work with on board early and sort of put that together as part of our package. So, people like Peter Lynch and Andrew Whiteman, Broken Social Scene, Apostle Hustle, and John Sampson, The Weaker Lands. We spoke to them before, and so we were really, big admirers of their work, and they were into the project. So we're such big music and film fans. We've idolized some of these people, so to be reaching out to them to collaborate with them on a project in some ways seemed a little bit far-reaching. Kind of couldn't believe that how enthusiastic some of the people were and how keen they were to come on board and participate in these trips. It was really, really cool.
Once we would freely wander the wild, find our own food, or we die. Why don't
there was certain organizing principles I was working from, the Rockies and where the plains meet, that image that you sort of where it opens up. The relationship with the Blackfoot and the buffalo was significant because it actually changed the actual landscape. Those were some things that I brought to the park with me. And then there's what the park brings back to you, which is nature in its full glory, including 3 days of rain and those kind of things that start to help define the project for you.
The only parameters were constraints that were set by schedule and I suppose budget, and then we basically said you have to make a short film. Yeah, it can't go over, I think 15 minutes was the number we gave them, and you have 5 days to shoot it. That was it. You had this set of tools, this amount of time, and
these people to work with.
And then beyond that, it was really important, in fact, for us to say, you can do whatever you want. We really want you to go out, channel what you feel the landscape is telling you to make and make it based on what you feel and see and experience out there.
It was a lot of fun when they said, so do you want me to submit a script? And we said no, what for? And they kind of acted surprised, but Parks Canada just trusted us implicitly to do that curation process. So the fact that we didn't have to impose any of those thoughts onto the filmmakers was the real bonus, I think, that enabled the project to be so pure in its kind of response to the landscape.
When I got involved with this project, the thing that was most appealing to me was kind of this collaboration of music and film. And I knew I wanted to, be informed not just by the natural landscape, but also by the music. And I wanted the images that we were shooting to inform the music. I got there, I met these musicians. They were so eager to collaborate and so amazingly talented. I had come with a kind of sense of tone that I wanted to work with, which was quite dark and moody and eerie and dreamy, and over the first day kind of a structure kind of appeared, a musical structure that I required to kind of build this story structure. So after day one, it just became very organic of them watching the images we had shot the day before and kind of letting that inform the music, and their music of course informed me always. It was the biggest inspiration of all.
As it turns out, we had these solar-powered backpacks and it was completely feasible for someone to bring a laptop out into the national parks and just work on an electronic instrument. So it was funny to see it evolve and see how once we got a sense of what the logistics were going to be and what equipment we had and what was possible, who we could involve and what they could do.
There's a lot of digital data of emails we exchanged about the order and the reasoning behind why you put film X in slot number 5, and we got a chance to test them out at some like preliminary screenings here and there and see like, does this go well after this one? And so we just tried to create a general arc throughout the whole 2-hour collection that takes you from not only like one side of the country, say, to another, but also thematically through the different visions that have common themes throughout the whole collection.
So it's a bit like putting together a mixtape or
Yeah,
DJing
exactly.
or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Please don't. It's certainly not arbitrary.
Yeah.
We put together a series of music releases. We've got 7 like digital EPs, sort of collecting a lot of the best music from the parks, and then a full-length CD and double vinyl LP. And that was like a true mixtape, right? Because we've got compositions by 39 different artists and 13 different groups.
Nature is extremely inspiring and can reveal really interesting emotions without being able to explain them in words. The way that the musicians immediately responded to what they were seeing and the adventure they were on was really incredible in terms of just translating it into their guitar or their whatever instrument they were playing. And I think for the filmmakers too, it's really an eye-opening experience of seeing what you can do with nature to make a narrative, or not even a narrative, but like an emotional experience. It was really exciting from our point of view to see that it worked. Like, we had faith in nature, and the fact that it, gave back that way was really, really great.
Mystic morning, give me light. My time is ending. I left my bags and I left my family.